Hey, good morning, friends. Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Jobu, and as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Jobu Sports Report, because without you guys, this would be nothing. I mean, seriously, it'd be nothing. And I would definitely be a less educated NFL fan, because the great thing is I believe that you don't stop learning till the day you die. And no matter how much you know, there's somebody out there that can teach you something else. Because a lot of times you guys will remind me about something I forgot happened, or you'll remind me about something that I didn't know anything about. And together, us sharing information back and forth makes us all better educated football fans. So thank you guys, and hats off, and keep those comments coming. And of course, they tell me, don't quit your day job. And I haven't, so I'm sitting here fighting traffic, trying to get over to the office, and have to go to Western Maryland to look at a job. So I'll be on the road most of the day. What really annoys me though, this isn't on football, but is, sitting here in traffic, you got to do it every day. But they have these HOV hot lanes that if you're 3 or more passengers or you want to pay, you can ride. The normal price during the day might be $1.50 to ride the 8 miles, but when you really need it, it escalates. So it can range anywhere from about $1.50 to right now, early in rush hour, it's $14.50 to go 8 miles. And get this, it'll save you all of 6 minutes. In about 30 minutes more, it'll be about $19. Now, I'm sorry, but that by definition is highway robbery. But anyway, it's interesting how they call this the offseason. And really, it's not the offseason, because you have healthy players that are down in Arizona or Miami that are actually working out with other players. It's not team sponsored, but quarterbacks are getting together with the wide receivers and working out. Players are working out and things like that. So they really don't have an offseason. And it's only been a week and a half since the Super Bowl, and you start seeing where teams are beginning to cut players and try and get underneath that salary cap for the league year that starts on March 9th. Well, today is franchise and transition tagging day. You have 1 week from today to March 1st to tag any players that you're going to tag. Now, I don't see the Dallas Cowboys tagging or franchise tagging anybody or transition tagging, because we don't have anybody who is that valuable player who's going to be a free agent. They're going to let those guys walk or try and redo a deal. And we've already voided Brandon Carr's contract. I think they'll still re-sign him to a new one, so don't be surprised if you see that in the next couple of days. But the interesting thing is the Jimmy Garoppolo situation. And I've said that the more his value rises, the more Tony Romo value rises, because there's not a whole lot of good quarterbacks out there. But here's what's interesting. If you look at the stats, Jimmy Garoppolo has only played 3 games. Now, he's got like 102 or 3 QBR rating for his career, but he's only thrown 690 yards, 5 TDs, no interceptions. And he played for Bill Belichick. Because here's the interesting thing about Bill Belichick. They always win. Doesn't matter who's up under center. Every quarterback that has played for Bill Belichick has won their first game. So you have to wonder, is Jimmy Garoppolo a product of Bill Belichick and he's fool's gold? Kind of like Scott Mitchell was in Miami, who had a few starts when Dan Marino was out, but went to Detroit and couldn't play. Or Brock Osweiler, who had a great defense in Denver, goes to the Texans and can't play. So his value right now, people are talking about a number 1 pick for him, for a guy that's thrown 690 yards. So if you're going to roll the dice and have to pay a long-term contract, a big fat contract, because Brock Osweiler's was $75 million. And I guarantee you, if they trade him, he's going to have to get a contract that's somewhere in that neighborhood. All of a sudden, you start thinking about Tony Romo. He's thrown more than 690 yards. He has been a Pro Bowl player. He didn't look bad in that one series that he played during the season. He's had a whole season to rest up and recover, and didn't get rushed back like he did last year. So, do you roll the dice on basically a $14 million deal next year and try and redo his contract that's team friendly? I think NFL teams start thinking, you know what? Tony Romo might be more worth the risk than we thought, because you're risking that Jimmy Garoppolo had a great offensive team, a great offensive mind in Bill Belichick. He might get outside of New England and can't play. But then again, what do I know? I'm a guy with a day job and a voodoo doll. So as always, friends, I want to thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Jobu Sports Report. And trolls, I just need some time away. Have a great day.